everybody, it's Bucky again. Top dollar home offer. We buy houses Tulsa, and we help homeowners when they say, I need to sell my house fast, or sell my house for cash. I need some money. Okay, we want to fix that. Before people get in that situation, we actually want to help you and show you how to break the debt cycle, right? Breaking debt is a series that we're talking about. We are in part 2, which is our technical part. So let's write this up here where we know where we're at. It's called Breaking Debt. And we are in the technical part 2. Okay, so we gave a high-level overview of what the steps are in the technical aspect. Now we're going to break down each step so you have a good understanding and steps and action plan to go after and start doing these steps here immediately, right? You can do all of these things immediately. Just schedule out 1 hour a week or 1 afternoon, whatever it takes, right? This is that important, okay? So the first thing that you need to do, ask, do you have a checking account, right? Where do you spend the money? Is it a bank card, right? Do you have a bank card? Hopefully you're not putting it all on credit cards, okay? But if you are, you need those. Are you using cash, right? So you need to identify every source that you're using to get by through the month. So you need to export bank statements. You need to export credit card statements. And if you don't know how to do that, just go on to the online banking portal and go to statements, and they'll allow you to dump them into a CVS file or an Excel file, right? And if you don't have an Excel file or Excel on your computer, you can use Google Sheets and import them in there. So you can use Google Sheets. Okay? So you can use Google Sheets, which is great. You need to do the same thing for your credit card. You need to export those out. And this is the hard one. If you're spending cash somewhere, how much? Because categorizing that is tough. So the likelihood of you having receipts for that is probably none. So if you're spending cash, let's just start with the amount that you pulled out of maybe the ATM or that you had laying around that you spent. We don't really care about that category. Let's just call it indiscretional spending when we categorize that. Once you have all these bank statements and credit card statements exported, put them into a spreadsheet, right? So put them into your Google Sheet. I love Google because it travels with me everywhere I go and it automatically saves it. So in your Google Sheet, you need to have these columns, right? This is a column, and this is a row, right? When you're talking spreadsheets or Google Sheets or whatever. So the column 1, you need to have the name of the item, right? What's the item's name? In column 2, you need to come up with a category, right? And what category are there? There's a lot, but you really need to break it down into a few so you can really start understanding, what each of these items fall into. So here's a list. Eating out, grocery, okay? You'll know, so your utilities. And under utilities, I only want to put water, gas, and electric, okay? We can put cable and internet in another line item, okay? So I want these in different categories. So these are your categories, right? Okay, so that's your categories here. Eating out, groceries, utilities, water, gas, kids' expenses, gas, auto. So this auto includes your notes and insurance. I do gas separate because some people commute a lot, some people are just wasteful driving, so it just gives you an idea of how much you're spending on gas in general. So you've got eating out, groceries, utilities, cable, internet, kids, gas, personal, right? Individuals. So if you're a husband and wife, or you're just an individual, you want to have a category for him or her, or him and him, whatever it may be, or her and her. So what we're doing here is we're identifying all these categories. So if there's anything else that you're seeing a lot of, then create a category for this. Because the reason we're doing this step first is we need to know these categories. And what we'll do, and I'll have to shoot a technical video on this, we'll create what we call a table. It's just a table that takes all these categories, and then in the third column over here you're going to have the amount, right? And then put a date, so the month. So do the month, the dollar amount, category, and name. That's all you need. 4 columns: name, category of the expense, the amount of the expense, and the month that it transacted. So try to do full months. So say let's say it's October right now. Say do September, August, and July. And that'll give you a good overview of those. I will show you in the technical video how to do a pivot table. Basically all it's doing is allowing you to summarize the categories, right, by the total amount. Okay, which is really cool. So if you had 15 McDonald's in a month, then it would tell you your total McDonald's expenditure. So you can do subcategories if you feel there's an area, but we're going to stay on the high level here. So just eating out, groceries, utilities, cable, internet, kids, gas, auto, any other random different category expenses. Everybody's life's a little bit different, so there may be some other personal loans, student loans, every debt that you have with a note with somebody, itemize those out as a category, because our goal in the future is to knock those out. Okay? So our next step, once you have that, then we're going to fill this into a budget, right? I will have a sample for the download, and I'll have a sample download over here as well. So we're going to fill out a budget form,